I know my husband does not cheat, but I don't want to say it outside. Because one day, may you no go form my hand. La, 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 la. Hey, what's up, my people? What's up, my people? How's everyone doing? What's up, y'all? You guys, how are you guys doing? Long time no sit down chit chat. Long time no sit down chit chat in the car. Actually, in the car, I've been doing that, in the whole setup and everything, but life has been lifing and I've not really had time to sit down. But then I realized that, see, YouTube, you don't always have to have everything figured out. It doesn't have to always be in, good lighting and, camera quality and all that. As long as you're passing your information across. Hold on, you guys, just hold on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. You will not even believe where I am. I'm actually at the filling station. I'm queuing to buy fuel, of which the queues lately have really gone down. They've been very mild, thankful for that. So I can easily queue these days. So I'm queuing. I think I have about 1 2 3 4 5. I have about 5 cars in front of me. When I started talking to you guys, I probably had about, I want to say, 8 cars in front of me. I've not even said hi to you guys. Hello guys, what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Bemi Badmus here, reporting live from the filling station where I'm trying to buy fuel and vlog at the same time because I'm queen of multitasking, you guys. Anyways, today we're talking about Nigerian problems. Well, it still kind of boils down to some Nigerian problems. Yeah. Today we're talking about something that came up some weeks ago, and I actually even shared it on my community page, and I asked you guys how you guys felt about it. That's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're talking about the Olori. I'm talking about Olori Elegushi. I don't know her full name, but I know that she's an Olori. So she was interviewed by BBC Yoruba, BBC Africa, BBC Yoruba. And I know that BBC is known for interviewing people to come and talk about like the kind of work they do, and different things like that. So when I saw the interview starting, I really thought that it was she coming to talk to us about maybe like her philanthropic nature, or like, how she like runs her NGO or something like that. Because there's always a reason why these people always like get interviewed and stuff like that. And then they started asking her questions about her husband's infidelity, and I was like, wait, what? And it wasn't even, I really thought she was going to like shut it down or whatever, and she just kept talking. And the first thing in that interview was she talking about the fact that all men cheat. She said that there's no man in this world that does not cheat, that the man that will not cheat in this world is yet to be born. Basically saying that all men cheat. And then she went on to tell her story about how the king, before he became a king, he was Omoba. That he was a prince, son of the king, was always coming to talk to her. She was in a relationship, she wasn't interested. Even there were several times that she would go see her boyfriend at the time, and the king's son would follow her to go see her boyfriend. I just rolled my eyes at that. And then like they've been together even when they had nothing. Listen, having nothing is actually relative, you guys. When somebody says that they had nothing growing up, so people will come online and say, they had nothing growing up. Meanwhile, they had parents dropping them in cars, to school. But they still consider that as not having anything. And there were people that would trek to school and their parents probably never had a car, but they'd say that they are average. So anyways, long story short, having nothing is relative. Growing up with nothing is quite relative, and I can't knock anybody for saying that. I've not lived their life, I've not lived their experiences, so that's that about that. And then so she goes on to talk about how like she knows her husband has multiple girlfriends even before they got married. He has always been with a lot of ladies. Even now that they are married, he's still with a lot of ladies. And the entire time I'm just like, why am I listening to this? Like, he telling us all of these things. Why does she think we need to know all of these things? Like, this is like personal information. But then she was saying it with so much pride. Like, you should, hey, God, she was sitting with so much pride, and she was like, because at the end of the day, her husband is still her husband, and nobody can replace her husband. She said all this like plenty things in the video about like her relationship with her husband, and how she knows that even though her husband has other wives, I mean, he's a king, so I guess he's entitled to more than one wife. But even before he got married, he was always, with one other woman, or the other. But she was saying that she's fine with the fact that she knows her husband is always going to come home to her. She's the first wife. She's the one that suffered with him and things like that. And the interview goes on to talk about how she doesn't have a son and how she feels about it, because I guess you need to have a son to have a heir to the throne. Those kind of things. And I was just at first I was actually quite disappointed in BBC Yoruba, because I don't know why we're talking about having a son in the 21st century in 2023. Like, that's a topic of discussion, and why we are discussing this beautiful, by the way, I did not mention, this woman is so beautiful. Like, she is, I can imagine when she was younger, this woman is actually very pretty. Like, I if I do say so myself, you guys. And besides talking about like, oh, not having a son and all that, and bringing up the gist about her husband's infidelities, and the fact that she couldn't even you know quench it. I just couldn't understand. Why am I here? I'm here to just give my own 2 cents on this whole thing. First off, she's entitled to her opinion, and it's a reality. That's the kind of reality that she's living. That's the life that she's living. She probably was even brought up in that way, to think that it's okay for a man to cheat on you as long as you have money, as long as he's bringing you money, it's fine. We always hear these things now. People always say, it's better for me to be crying in a Ferrari than to be happy in a Toyota Corolla. That's everybody's. The reason why everybody wants to get married, I always say it is very different. The reasons why people stay in their marriages is also very different. The things that people want to achieve in this life is very different. It's very relative. So I can't knock anybody's reason for wanting to do whatever they want to do. And everybody's reasons, I always say, are shaped by their background and experiences that they've had in life. So I can probably, from the things she's talking about, can tell that that's the way she was brought up. Some people left comments that she was brought up in Isaleko, so it's kind of like a norm in those kind of places. I'm not sure. I don't really know people from there. Where I also have a problem with this interview is not her reality. I don't have a problem with, she saying that she's okay with her husband having, multiple partners. That's fine. That's her life. Where I have a problem is making it seem right. Like, appealing to the total populace, like telling people that it's fine, affirming it and saying, you know what, there's no man, one thief, they or ọkùnrin cheat, one thief be lying, like the man that cannot cheat, they've never given birth to. Who told you? Who told you? And then forcing this or putting this down ladies of this generation, or these growing ladies, forcing it down their throats. Some people say men are scum, just for jokes and things like that. People actually take it serious. So people actually will take it serious that there is no way in this life that a man can ever be faithful. And when you start having when you start having those type of thoughts, and start having planting those type of thoughts inside of you, subconsciously or unsubconsciously, it's going to affect you in a negative way, because you have been programmed to think that a man would always cheat on you. And I don't agree with that. I asked you guys in the community tab, and you guys, I love all your responses. A couple of people said they agree with that though. And I'd like to engage further. And you can leave it in the comment section below, because we don't all have to agree on things. Why do you agree with her? Like, you really do think all men cheat? I don't think all men cheat. I don't think God designed men to cheat. You know why people say, oh, it's in their DNA? It's in their DNA for men to cheat. No, the same, in fact, if it's in their DNA for them men to cheat, it's in women's DNA too to cheat, because God and women were formed out of men. So whatever is in the men's DNA, it has to be in the woman's DNA too now. So if you say that men cheat because it's in their DNA, Bini was, they were born with it, then women too were born with it. It's not who has the monopoly on cheating, man. But what I'm really trying to say in essence with all of these things I'm talking about is that if you're a young person out there, and this is just a ploy or antics of the devil to allow people, people have collaborated with the devil to, further their agenda, so that they will just be infidels, like they will just keep committing adultery and be okay about it. And that's why they came up with this old slogan of all men cheat. Not all men cheat. I know several men that do not cheat. It's not as if, oh, okay, portion of the men that don't cheat are small. No, there are a large portion of men too that don't cheat. There's so many of them. So please, I'm just like every time I think about this conversation, I'm just appalled. Like, why would people, and especially people that are somewhat educated, have money, background, riches, everything, and still think like this? That's not the reality. That's not the norm. Not all men cheat. My husband does not cheat. And people will say, "Oh, I don't want to say it outside because one day, may you no go form my hand. It cannot form my hand. It will not form my hand in Jesus' name." There's because I've heard people say it like, yeah, me, I know my husband does not cheat, but I don't want to say it outside because the day something will not happen, and I say, I should be. No, I am saying it and I am affirming it right now by the grace of God, by the special grace of God. He does not cheat, and I don't either. So I don't think all men cheat. My father does not cheat. My father has never been a cheat. He has never cheated. I have a brother too. I have countless examples. So not all men cheat. Don't let that be what you now imbibe inside of you going into your relationship, and after all men are going to cheat. Let me be smiling in a Ferrari. Let me be crying. Let me be crying in a Ferrari as long as it's bringing no money. Marriage, you deserve better. You totally deserve better. You also have to realize that a lot of people say things to themselves over and over and over and over again. So it's been ingrained and it's been programmed into their heads. If you're in a situation whereby, initially you used to have a problem with your man cheating, but then, people start talking to you and it became a norm, you just start telling yourself over and over and over again that, you know what, it's a norm. As long as I'm okay, I have my children, I'm fine. I'm not saying that's what the Olori is doing, but to some people, they've just ingrained it in their heads and they're like, you know what, he's going to cheat, let me just be fine. And I really don't like that mentality at all. And I just keep thinking, because she has daughters, like, is this the mentality she's always also pushing to her daughters? Is this what she's also telling her children, our girls, that, what, just marry a rich man, you'll be fine, even though he's not going to be faithful to you, you'll be fine, you have money, you this, you that. That's a false lesson. That's a false narrative to teach people, and I totally don't subscribe to it. If you're in the school of thought and you're watching me right now saying, yeah, Bemi, you're right, you're just saying that because you're married. No, I'm not just saying that, boo. Like, it's for real. And I'm sure there's so many people that are going to leave comments to tell you that not all men cheat, So, yes, the devil has taken advantage of it for some people. Some people are falling into the pressures of temptation, yada, 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 things like that. But by the special grace of God, God is helping people. There are even people that, yes, they've cheated before, they've repented, they're now, they're no longer like that. There's nobody that God cannot use. There's nobody that cannot make mistakes. Things like that happen. So the most alarming part of this whole conversation was the comment section. Like, people were really hailing this woman and saying, yes, girl, yes, mama, you said it all. Like, like, she's so right. Like, that's what it is. Like, all men truly do cheat. Like, yes, tell them. And I'm just like, it just makes me sad for this generation. Like, wow, like, people actually do think like this. Like, they legit think that this is it. Nah, man. I said I had to lend my voice in the little way I can, even if it is only 1,000 people that watch this video. At least one or two people will understand that it is not all men that cheat, and don't have that in at the back of your mind, and don't let that be like your going forward mentality that after all men cheat. So please don't. Please. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this. It was supposed to be really short. I hope it's not too long. It's my turn to buy fuel finally. I'm going to buy fuel now and be heading to my house. So yeah. By the way, yeah, shout out to a subscriber I just saw at the filling station. I came out to go pay for my fuel and I saw her, and she was like, oh, she watches my channel. I don't know why I don't remember her name right now. I think her name was Dami. No, I don't. God, I'm so bad with names. But shout out to you. I'm sure you're going to see me in this outfit and this hair, and you'll be like, yeah, girl, I saw you at the filling station. Sending everyone lots of love, kisses, happiness, especially those in Nigeria. Don't think. I don't even know how to tell you. Don't think too much about the situation, but you have to think about it. It affects it touched every single person in this country. It touched us one by one. Thank God the fuel one is already even going, but this cash one is now the main wahala right now. Ọlọ́run á kó wa yọ, man. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, leave a comment, subscribe, share it with everybody that you know, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. La, 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 la.